Hey, welcome to the shops. I wanted to do another video on kit bashing techniques and tools to kind of get you up to speed on how that works. It took me a while to learn the process. So let's go to the workbench. This is an early print that we did with the Sculpteo print, and I'm using it to test different paints. And so let me show you how that's turning out. On this tank here, I tested Tamiya TS-6, which is a flat black. And then on the cab, I tested the Tamiya TS-14, which is more of a semi-gloss black. And, okay, the light's kind of flaring there, but between the two, the flat black turned out a lot better. I kind of like how that worked. So the Tamiya TS-6 matte black worked pretty good. Then on the other side, I tried, this is, well, it's not shining the light directly on it, but it's a very shiny matte black flat, this stuff, the Krylon stuff. I don't know what it's called. It's black flat. And it's a heavy coverage type paint, but it really obscured a lot of the detail. And then for the cab, I used this scale coat paint, which is a Loco black matte. And that's the best that I've seen so far. So I would really recommend the scale coat paint at this point. I'm going to try it on some more models and see how it works. And this, I got this from my local hobby shop. We actually have two local hobby shops in Paducah where I am. And it was about the same price as the Tamiya. So this seems to be a really good option. And I'll talk more about that as I have time. So it's a pretty good test. And that gives us an idea of what to look for in terms of paint. In terms of sanding and prep, this is where I am on this is the Loco 024. And you can see that I've sanded down beyond not only the paint surface and not only past the this prep, the surface primer, the Vallejo surface primer, but I've gotten down into the plastic underneath. And so it's getting smooth, but it's a process to figure out how to do this. And I'm using a combination of tools. Of course, this key file is really useful, and I wish I could find another one. This is my favorite at the moment. And then I'm also using these sanding sticks, which are from, anyway, I bought them at Hobby Lobby, our local craft store. So these are a little bit finer, and then these are a little bit coarser. So between the sanding sticks, you can get quite a bit of stuff done. Then I've got some really fine, well, here's a fine sanding block that I use for some of the stuff. And I started using these, I don't know what it's called. It's a pointy bit. It's more like a sanding stick, but a different format. And so it's really good for the curves and the hard-to-reach areas. And gosh, it would really be good if I had actual names for these things. But this is almost ready for paint, and liking how this is smoothing out. It's just that it's a process that you don't really have to go through with ready-to-run models. So still working on that. And I wanted to show you, this is a Bachmann mechanism that is unmodified, and the front pilot is still there. What I had wanted to figure out was a way to add a front pilot that would allow for a leading truck. And the only way to do it on this is to grind away at the metal itself. And so I removed all of this structure here except for the last 2 millimeters, and it ends up looking, it ends up looking like that. And there's just enough material there left to give us a bit of support. And so this is the pilot. This is parts 021, and it also comes with, actually let me show you what it comes with. Enough material, it comes with the parts to make this lead truck, and then you put a KD wheel set in this. I think that's a 33-inch or maybe a 36-inch, but you put the KD wheel set in there and then glue it up, and that needs another coat of paint probably. And then this, wait, is this the right one? Yeah. No, it's not. Different model. This is the right one. And you actually can fit this lead truck into there, but it takes more hands than I have at the moment. So I did want to show you how this snaps into place. And then it's just a really nice, clean fit. And you probably should use some glue or a couple of screws or something to really lock it down. And then there's a place for a Katy coupler there in the front too, so you can switch stuff. And then the trailing truck also, there are the parts to fit this in place. And this is this, no, I haven't glued that in place. Yep, I haven't glued that in place. That just fell out. So that's how you can convert an 060 into a 262 or a 260 or even an 062. And I wanted to show you one more thing that's in progress, a little bit larger. And in our next installment, I'll show you what this can be turned into. So I'm in the process of sanding this one down. We'll get it some paint in a bit and some details, and then it'll become our next offering. But it's going to be something a little bit bigger, a little bit different. We'll see you next time. Before we finish up this video, it's a couple of days later and I wanted to update a couple of things. We talked about using the Vallejo Surface Primer, and it's nice because it comes in a black, which works better for black locomotives. But another alternative, a little bit better quality, is the Fine Surface Primer from Tamiya. And this, I've actually found this stuff at Hobby Lobby locally here in the States. And it's a really nice material. The fine is usually better for the medium, for the kind of things that we're doing. And then I did want to show you, here's how, well, let's look at here's the first coat of paint on the Loco 24. A little bit rough there on the side, but we'll work on that. But, you know, it's covering really nicely. And the particulate in the scale coat paint is very nice. And there's our mystery Loco for next time. And not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. And then this is a tender that I will show you probably next time as well. And this is actually 2 parts. I wonder if I can actually, yeah, it's a test print. So you've got room in there for electronics and different things. But this would be a little bit larger than what you would use for a porter. So this is one of our upcoming releases. And I also wanted to show you, what did I want to show you? I guess I could show you, I've actually printed some bells, and that's one example. That's a test print, so it's not final, but we'll have some bells to look at the next time. Actually, UPS tells me that they are in the truck and on their way today. So, kind of neat, and we will see you soon.